Okay, it looks like we're recording. So I'm Lois Stephens. I'm one of the spiritual advisors and mental health advocates at Paper Doll Houses. I'm going to do a tapping session with Christina Morgan, one of our other spiritual advisor and mental health advocates, and we're going to see what happens. This is to help her out with, and she has asked me to talk to my spirit guides and find out what would be best for her at this time. So give me just a second and I will do that.
Thank you.
Okay, they're telling me we should start with I cannot talk, with your physical pain, Christina. Okay, so the way, are you at all familiar with tapping?
Like where you tap certain parts of your,
Yes.
okay, yeah. It's like
Okay.
pressure tap.
Yeah, this particular one is the emotional freedom technique with a little bit of Lois twist on it.
Okay. I love it. Okay.
So let's go ahead and get started. So what I want you to do is tap with these three fingers on the karate chop point on the side of your hand. Use your dominant hand to tap with, and just start tapping. And what I want you to do is just repeat after me, okay? Even though I have all of this physical pain,
all this physical pain,
I deeply love and appreciate myself.
I deeply love and appreciate myself.
Even though
I
have all of this physical pain,
have all this physical pain,
it may be symptomatic of something deeper.
it may be symptomatic of something deeper.
Even though
I
have all of this physical pain,
I have all this physical pain,
I'm willing to give it up.
I'm willing to give it up.
Okay. Now, something I always forget to do, let me ask you this. You can go ahead and stop tapping. If you were to put a number, intensity level, like from 0 to 10, as to where you are right now, where would you put that number? 0 being perfect, optimal, great, I love living here, and 10 being get me the hell out of here. I don't want to be here anymore because this hurts so bad.
I'd say 4.
4 right now? Okay, good. I'm glad it's not any worse than that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run through the sequence. The setup statements, which we just did, we're going to go ahead and repeat those with some modifications. And I'm going to show you the points that I want you to tap on and how to do it, okay? Now, the first set of points is going to be your eye, right, the inside corner right above your inside of your eye, right here, the inside corner of your eyebrow, right there, okay? I want you to use the tips of these 3 fingers on each hand to tap those spots. And I can't see because I'm blind, so I'm putting my glasses back on. Okay, now I want you to repeat, even though I have this pain,
I have this pain,
I am willing to release it.
I am willing to release it.
Even though I have this pain, it may be a symptom of something deeper.
It may be a symptom of something deeper.
Even though I have this pain, I deeply and profoundly and completely love and accept myself.
I completely and profoundly and deeply love myself.
And accept myself.
And I accept myself.
Okay. Now, I want you to go next to the side of your eye, the orbital socket bone right here. around the outside edge. On either side, same thing, 3 fingers this time. I want you to kind of try and curve your fingers a little bit. See how I've got mine kind of curved a little bit, where the middle one is up. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to follow the curve of that bone right there and tap right on the curve of the bone, okay? Even though
Even though
I have some pain,
I have some pain,
I am willing to release it.
I am willing to release it.
Even though I've carried this pain for a long time now,
Even though I've carried this pain for a long time now,
and I really don't even know what causes it,
and I really don't know what causes it,
I'm willing to let it go.
I'm willing to let it go.
Even though I
Even
may
though
never know what causes it,
I may never know what causes it,
I can still bring that level down.
I can still bring that level down.
I have control.
I have control.
Okay. Next, I want you to tap like right underneath, if you were looking straight in front of you, right underneath where your pupil would be on your, again, on the orbital socket, right below your eye right here. Again, 3 fingers, either side, and just tap. Even though
Even though
I still have some pain,
I still have some pain,
I can let it go.
I can let it go.
Even though it might be symptomatic of something else,
Even though it might be symptomatic of something else,
I can still let it go.
I can still let it go.
Even though
Even though
I've had this pain for a long time,
I've had this pain for a long time,
I am making the choice right now
I'm making the choice right now
to do something different.
to do something different.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I don't need it.
I don't need it.
It's not serving me,
Not serving me.
and it can get out of here now.
I can get out now. Get out.
Okay. Okay. Now, on your upper lip, right? Like where your mustache, do your mustache. Right where your mustache would be, you're going to do 3 fingers, dominant hand. Okay? Upper lip. Even though
Even though
I still have some of this pain,
I still have some of this pain,
that's okay.
it's okay.
I don't have to keep it forever,
I don't have to keep it forever.
and I'm sure not planning to.
And I'm sure not planning.
Why would anybody want to do that?
Why would anyone want to?
And I'm not that silly.
And I'm not that silly. Except
I'm a
a little silly, but I'm not that.
I'm not that silly. Why would anybody want to do that to themselves?
Why would anyone want to do that to them?
I know better.
I know better.
I choose better.
I choose better.
I deserve better.
I deserve better.
And I'm worth better.
And I'm worth better.
Okay? Now, on the crease of your chin right there, you're going to tap again, 3 fingers, and you're going to try, and it's going to feel like you're making an arc with your fingers like you did up here at your eye. You're going to go ahead and tap so that you're catching the whole line right there, okay?
Okay.
Even though I still have some of this pain,
I still have some of this pain,
it's okay.
it's okay.
I've lived with worse.
I've lived with worse.
I don't have to live with this anymore.
I don't have to live with this anymore.
I choose to let something else happen.
I choose to let something else happen.
I choose to do something different.
To do something different.
My life is too valuable
My life is too valuable
to allow physical symptoms to run it anymore.
to allow physical symptoms to run it anymore.
My life is too valuable.
My life is too valuable.
My family is too precious.
My family is too precious.
The pain keeps me from having joy with my family.
The pain keeps me from having joy with my family.
And I'm really tired of that.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tossing this out the door.
Tossing it out. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back.
There you go. It's gone. I let it go.
It's gone. I let it go.
I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
If I ever did in the first place.
If I ever did in the first place.
Okay. Now, we're going to tap some more.
I'm feeling better already. I'm not going to lie.
I told you. Okay. Right here, the points of your collarbone, the little bones that stick out right there, you want to go just below that. And you're going to, again, do 3 fingers either side, just underneath those bones, okay? Even though I still have some of this pain.
I still have some of this pain.
It might not be as much as it was when we started.
It might not be as much as it was when we started.
But there's still a little bit there.
But there's still a little bit there.
And so I'm going to let it go.
So I am going to let it go.
As of right now, it's out of here.
It's out of here.
I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
And it can just go away.
And it can go away.
I have better things to do with my time.
I have better things to do with my time.
I have better things to do with my life.
I have better things to do with my life.
I want to be able to enjoy my family.
I want to be able to enjoy my family.
I want to be able to enjoy my work.
I want to be able to enjoy my work.
I want to be able to enjoy my life.
I want to be able to enjoy my life.
And the pain.
And the pain.
Which is really just another sensation.
Which is really just a sensation.
Go ahead. We label it as pain.
We label it as pain.
It's just another sensation.
It's another
intense sensation.
It's an intense sensation.
There's lots of other intense sensations we won't go into at the moment.
There's a lot
that are not painful.
Of intense sensations that are not painful.
There you go. Okay. Now, I want you to make like a claw, okay? And we're going to go right above, like right down into your cleavage area, almost right above your, like, be all tacky here. You're going to go right here in the middle of your cleavage, just above it. And you're going to make the claw and go there and just tap there. Yeah, just go down, not up here, but down just above where your nipple level is.
Okay.
Just right there in the middle, okay? Even though I may have created this for some reason in the past.
I may have created this for some reason in the past.
I don't need it now.
I don't need it now.
I choose to not live like this anymore.
I choose to not live like this anymore.
I make the choice right now.
I make the choice right now.
In this very moment.
In this very moment.
That I am not.
That I am not.
Going to exist in this state any longer.
Going to exist in this state any longer.
Going to exist in this state.
Exist in this state.
If you burp, that's okay.
I'm having trouble.
Okay, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it glitched out for a minute. Okay, I am not going to exist in this state any longer.
I'm not going to exist in this state any longer.
I deserve better.
I deserve better.
I love myself too much to treat myself like this anymore.
I love myself too much to treat myself like this anymore.
I love my family too much to treat myself like this anymore.
I love my family too much to treat myself like this anymore.
And I let it go right now.
And I let it go right now.
Okay. Now take the flat of your hand, like so. You're going to pat yourself at the crown of your head. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different points up there, so just get it as close to the you know, the little hair spiral at the top where everything kind of comes together.
Mm-hmm.
Right in that general area. Just want to get the crown of your head, even though,
or just pat,
like right here.
Okay.
Okay. Even though I might still have just a little bit of the pain left.
I might have just a little bit of the pain left.
I love myself enough to let it all go.
I love myself enough to let it all go.
Life is too short for this.
Life is too short for this.
And I'm not wasting one more minute on it.
And I'm not wasting one more minute on it.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Completely.
Completely.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Profoundly.
Profoundly.
I love myself.
I love myself.
More deeply than anyone else I have ever met in my life.
More deeply than anyone else I've met in my entire life.
And I deserve better.
And I deserve better.
Okay. Now go back to your karate chop point on your hand. Even though I may still have a little bit of this left.
I may still have a little bit of this left.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Even though I may still have a little bit of this left.
I may still have a little bit of this left.
It can wither away over the next 24 hours.
It can wither away over the next 24 hours.
Even though I still might have a little bit of this left.
Even though I might have a little bit of this left.
It can just go right now.
It can just go right now.
But no matter how it happens.
But no matter how it happens.
It's going.
It's going.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Okay, now this is one of those, like I said, the little lowest things. Okay, put your hand to the back of your neck as far down as you can reach. I mean, like down here. If you can get to the top of your spine, great. And pull. What you're going to do is pull the energy up over the top of your head and then push it out away from you. Like this, babe. Up, over, and out.
I got my hair. Okay.
I know. Don't stick your hands in your hair. Okay. The object is to get all of that extra energy. Just let it go. Shoot away. There you go. Okay. So, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling awesome. Woo!
Okay. Now, would you say you are at a 0?
No.
Where you were at a 4 earlier?
I'd say like a 1, and that's just lower back pain for me sitting on the floor.
No? Oh, I'm sorry?
I'd say like a 1, but that's just because I have a little bit of lower back pain from sitting on the floor. So, but other than that, I'm good.
Okay. We're losing each other, Christina.
Can you hear me? Oh no.
Okay. I think you froze.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There we go. Now it's working. Okay. It locked up for a second. Okay. I asked you if you were at a 0, or do you still have some intensity on that?
Actually, the only pain I have is like a 1, and I'd say it's like just like right here from where I've been sitting on the floor.
Okay. All right. Get up and stretch for a second. See if that fixes it.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
me.
that's better. Yeah. But it's like not as intense as it was like at all.
Okay. Now, optimally, we want a 0 because we want this out of here.
Right.
So you're at a 1 still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see.
I think it's just more uncomfortable than anything.
Okay. Well, you're the only one that really knows how you're feeling.
Right.
So you tell me.
And just, yeah, there's probably just a little bit of pain right here.
Okay. All right. So just
that's where a lot of my pain stays, is my lower back, and then my what do you call it, tailbone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my pain is, and in my hip. But it's like it went from a 4 to a 1, which is like really good.
Okay.
There's like so much pain like back there, and I usually try to like say my pain level is less than what it really is. Does that make sense? Because I've just been judged really harshly on my pain level before. They're like, "Oh, you're not really in that much pain," you know. That's kind of like how I feel, and I don't know if that's just in my head or if that's just like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so were you really at a 4, or were you really higher than that?
I was really higher. I was probably like at a 5.
What is the true number here?
It's like a 5.
Where did you actually start?
We'll say 5.
No, be truthful. Come on.
Okay, so like a 6. I have a lot of pain. Okay. I didn't know if we glitched again.
No.
I do feel better.
Good. Okay. Now, at least for this one session, I would really like to see if we can get you down to a 0. Okay. So what I want you to do, and this seems counterintuitive, I know, but trust me. What I want you to do is I want you to kind of poke at it mentally. See if you can get that pain level to come back up.
Okay.
Okay. Did it come back up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is it now?
Say about a 2.
2? Okay. That's not too bad. All right. So once again, let's tap on the hand. Even though,
sorry.
that's okay. Even though my level came back up to a 2.
My level came back up to a 2.
Where it was at a nice, comfortable 1 just a minute ago.
Where it was at just a comfortable 1 a minute ago.
That's okay.
It's okay.
It just means there's something we haven't dealt with yet.
It means there's something we haven't dealt with yet.
And that's all right.
And that's all right.
Even though,
Even though,
for whatever reason,
for whatever reason,
I am creating this pain for myself,
I'm creating this pain for myself,
that's okay too.
that's okay too.
It's all right for me to feel like this.
It's all right for me to feel like this.
It may not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's all right.
It may not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's all right.
And I can accept that without resistance.
And I can accept that without resistance.
It's all right for me to feel like this.
It's all right for me to feel like this.
Even though
Even though
I still have a little bit of pain,
I still have a little bit of pain.
and the level did come back up to a 2.
And the level did come back up to a 2.
I did manage to let, at least since you say it was at a 6, I did at least manage to get it down by 4 points. That's pretty major.
I didn't manage to get it down by 4 points, and that's major.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of myself.
Look what the heck I just did here.
Look at what the heck I just did here.
This is awesome.
This is amazing.
I can't believe it was this easy.
I can't believe it was this easy.
It's something so simple,
Something so simple.
and it works so well.
And it works so well.
How the heck is this working like that?
How the heck is it working?
Doesn't really matter.
It's magic.
It's magic. That's as good an answer as any. Okay. Now, again, above the eyebrows, even though I still have a little bit of this pain left,
I still have a little bit of this pain left.
that's okay.
That's okay.
Even though
Even though
I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I have a little bit of this sensation left,
I am totally willing to let it go.
I am totally willing to let it go.
Even though
Even though
I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore.
It can go wherever it came from.
It can go back to wherever it came from.
Okay, sides of your eyes, even though.
It says really helping me, so I just.
Okay, all right, sides of your eyes,
Okay.
even though
Even though
I've still got a little bit of this sensation left,
I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I refuse to call it pain anymore.
I refuse to call it pain anymore.
It's just a sensation.
It's just a sensation.
Nobody's cutting my leg off.
No one's cutting my leg off.
It's just a sensation.
It's just a sensation.
And I can let it go.
And I can let it go.
I have the power
I have the power.
to intensify it.
Sorry. So weird.
No, you're supposed to raise your arm in the air with the sword, remember? I have the power. Okay, back to that. Even though I have the power
Even though I have the power
to intensify it,
to intensify it,
if I choose to do that,
if I choose to do that,
I think I'll try something different for a while.
I think I'll try something different for a little while.
Okay, under the eye, even though I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I still have a little bit of this sensation left.
every time my fingers touch me,
Every time my fingers touch me,
it goes down just a little bit more.
it goes down just a little bit more.
Upper lip, even though I still have a little bit of this sensation left,
I have a little bit of this sensation left.
It's not very much.
It's not very much.
Chin, even though
Even though
I still have a little bit of this sensation left.
I still have a little bit of the sensation left.
With every tap,
With every tap,
it's getting smaller and smaller.
it's getting smaller and smaller.
Okay. Claw above the heart, more or less area, even though
Even though
I still have a little bit of this sensation left.
I still have a little bit of the sensation left.
I deeply, profoundly, and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and profoundly and completely love myself.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Acceptance is a big part of this. I deserve to live a life of joy.
I deserve to live a life of joy.
I deserve to live a life of happiness.
I deserve to live a life of happiness.
And this sensation,
And this sensation,
which is almost gone now,
which is almost gone now,
is standing in the way of that.
is standing in the way of that.
And I'm not going to let that happen anymore.
And I'm not going to let that happen anymore.
I choose something different.
I choose something different.
Okay, top of your head. Even though
Even though
I look like a monkey because I'm doing this,
I look like a monkey because I'm doing this.
and I maybe feel a little bit silly.
And I may feel a little bit silly.
I'd rather be laughing than crying.
I would rather be laughing than crying.
So I am letting the last of this go now.
I am letting the last of this go now.
I let the last of this go.
I let the last of this go.
And I release it forever.
And I release it forever.
Okay, once again, wipe it, push it away. Wipe it, push it away. Wipe it, push it away.
I seriously, I feel so much better now. How it, so is it like pressure points that's just helping? Is there like pressure points here? And
Oh, there's pressure points everywhere, honey. There's pressure points everywhere. The actual EFT pressure points do not include the heart area. They don't include the top of the head, although there are a lot of practitioners that use those. The actual ones are here, 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 here. We skipped that one. Here, and then there's some underneath your right breast, which I didn't have you do because it's a video. And
right.
There's some in the side, like where your bra band passes directly under your armpit. In there. There's some there also. The side of your hand. I mean, the original EFT setup involved a whole lot more other stuff, but I find that this works just as well. Now, the question I have for you, question of the day is, where is your number? 0? That's where we want it.
That's where we want it.
That's where we want it.
Yeah, it was really painful right here.
Uh-huh.
And it's I even use CBD oil,
right.
The spread or the balm, and even that doesn't work like this just did. which is weird because I love that stuff. I'm like, I always like swear by it. I'm like, this is amazing, and only that takes me down a little bit. So I
Well,
appreciate you. Yes, thank you.
hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, now, I have been working with someone else and was inspired by my guides to try something.
Okay.
I'm going to share that with you. This
Okay.
is entirely my own thing. It has nothing to do with the basic EFT practices, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to see if you agree with this statement. The human mind is a computer.
Yeah.
You agree with this? All right.
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is you and I are going to agree right now that all of this stuff we just did was,
Reprogram.
well, yes, that is what it is, but we're going to call it Pain Detox Sequence 1.
Pain detox sequence 1. So it's like put it in a folder. Like this is where this is at. We're gonna
Okay.
exit.
Pain Detox Sequence 1. We just did all of this tapping, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other person, I've only tried this with one other person besides you now, but it's been working very, very well for that individual. Okay, now, when you feel any sort of discomfort, you can direct that, or you can try to direct that. Say your back starts acting up again, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What you'll do is you're going to say, activate Pain Detox Sequence 1.
Pain detox sequence 1. Can I say it in a robot voice? Because I think that'd make it cooler.
You can say it however you want to, honey.
I just want to freak people out. I'll be like standing behind them. Activate pain sequence.
Pain Detox.
Pain detox sequence 1. Yeah.
Activate Pain Detox Sequence 1, and then run program. And then whatever it is that's bugging you right at that point. So say you have a headache. Say it's your back. Just so you would say, activate Pain Detox Sequence 1.
Activate
Run program backache.
Okay.
Or headache. Or big toe ache. I tried to take one of my toenails off the hard way today and cracked it in half. So that's kind of annoying at the moment. But the thing is that this is something, it's a very condensed version. What I was kind of, like I said, it was kind of an inspiration from my spirit guides, that we've already established the program. We've already written the program, right?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're just accessing that program, accessing that protocol, and adding a particular area into it, which is the run program, backache, headache, toothache, whatever. So when that is necessary for you to use it, just tap the side of your hand. I mean, you can go through the whole sequence if you want to, but just tap the side of your hand and say, activate Pain Detox Sequence 1, run program, backache, leg ache, nose ache, toothache, whatever it might happen to be, heartache even. I don't know, it might work on that, but I think that one's probably going to be a different sequence that needs to be run, but like I said, pain is pain. So it may well work on heartache. Hopefully you don't have to deal with that, but we all have heartache from time to time in our life, no matter what kind of relationships we're in.
Right. I agree.
So like I said, to me, I mean, I've learned a lot of different protocols. I have a lot of different healing modalities that I work with. Tapping is right up in the top 3 at the very least. It may be even the top 1 for most things. If you are still at 0,
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
excellent. Sure. Good.
That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, think about it. I mean, the intense sensation, which is what we're going to call it now,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a vicious cycle, because the harder you the more intense the sensation is, the more you tend to tense up, which just makes it worse. And then you tense up more, which makes it worse. And then you tense up more, which makes it worse, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like that snowball rolling downhill we were talking about the other day.
I feel it gives you some mindfulness of it too. Like your mindful meditation and positive affirmations. I mean, I feel that has to do something as well on a spiritual level.
Yeah, well, the thing is of course it does. I mean, what you're doing is you're addressing some old behaviors. I mean, this particular, the EFT protocols have been used in VA hospitals to help veterans with PTSD.
Okay.
It's actually been approved to be used in VA hospitals. And it's just a really super powerful technique. I have a series of training videos for this that I purchased a long time ago. And the founder of this particular version of it, there's lots of different types of tapping out there, but this particular version of it, not including the Lois stuff, he did a part of one of his videos in the series was of him working with somebody who was in Vietnam.
Okay.
And Vietnam, you're too young to know about that, but that was an extremely brutal war. They were sending children out with bombs in their diapers.
Oh my God.
And I mean, just all kinds of horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. And I mean, it was just, it's pretty well scarred most of the people that were there pretty thoroughly. So anybody that can get any relief at all from that, and he brought somebody down from his worst memory. He brought him down to a 0 in the course of about 45 minutes, I guess it was.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you this, not to throw a wrench into the works or anything. Sometimes if we don't get all of the, okay, the way I like to call it is like pulling weeds in the yard. You can pull weeds all day long, but if you don't get the whole root up, the weed's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
But the weed's never going to be as big or as strong as it was the first time around, right?
Right.
So what happens is, at that point, if you find that you're starting to feel your levels come back up and everything, I mean, it may just be that you're sitting bad posture or non-ergonomic or whatever, and it's bothering you. But if you start feeling it do that snowball thing, what ends up happening is that the weeds are growing back because we didn't get all of it. I mean, this is especially the case with stuff like emotional trauma.
Yeah.
I have actually done this process with 3 or 4 people now that have had sexual trauma abuse situations, and some pretty bad ones. But then there's other things that go into it when we're doing that particular kind of work. But it can still bring that level down to 0. Now, if we get it to 0 and it flatlines, and at some point it comes back up, then that means we didn't get the whole root. So we just go in and we do it again. You saw how fast this worked.
Yeah.
And so it's a really, really powerful technique. for all kinds of different stuff, including physical pain, including emotional pain. People are using it to help them lose weight. People use it to help them stop smoking. Speaking of the losing weight, I really need to get on that myself. I'm having some issues with that. But the thing is that it's a very powerful technique, and I'm glad you were willing to let me help you with it today.
Yeah, I usually go to bed about this time, like tossing and turning as my back hurts, and I'm like stretching every which way, trying to get my back to pop just to get some relief. And it's just like I don't feel like I have to do that.
Yeah. I would suggest, just because, that you maybe get up and do some gentle stretching. Not, not I know what it's like to have back problems too. I'd like sit there and twist in every direction trying to get my back to pop, because I have my chiropractor told me once he thinks I have a deformed vertebra in my spine. And so that one spot's always going out, right? And so I do a lot of the twisting and turning that we're talking about here. But the thing is like I said, there may be times that your physical body will go out of whack, but that doesn't mean you have to be in excruciating intensity,
Yeah. Also, I have a question. If we were to do this in more than one, like if someone else joined in, do you think it would be stronger with more people saying these affirmations together?
The thing is that they call it borrowing benefits. I mean, he does, the guy that developed this particular version of it does do seminars with groups of people. You can use this, you can do the tapping along with, for whatever. I tend to get pretty specific with the affirmations. I mean, the general affirmation is, like, even, or they call it the setup statement, not an affirmation, but the general setup statement is, even though X, whatever X might be, I deeply love and appreciate myself. End of the story. I take it all over the place. And even Gary said, this is more of an art than a science.
Yeah.
And so, if we have a group of people with similar situations, say everybody's having physical issues, it would work. If we had a group with fears, that would work. It can be used for anything, but the way I do it, I feel like it targets it better.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if I'm working with an individual, I can target it better than if I'm trying to work with a big group of people. I mean, yes, to answer your question, instead of going way off over there someplace, the answer to the question is yes, it does work. I personally think it works more effectively one-on-one.
Okay. I just know how some people believe that the more energy you put into it,
Oh yeah. No, I'm totally on board with that about a lot of things. It's just particularly for this particular method, I think that it is more effective one-on-one. Now, it does work with groups of people. It definitely does. I mean, like I said, they call it borrowing benefits, because you just tap along with the people as they're doing it. You don't even have to say the statement, and you still get benefit from it.
Yeah. That makes sense, because you need because every person has a different personal root, that you have to, you're not going to be able to pick that exact root of that problem that's causing that certain issue if you're doing it.
But they can still get relief from it.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard of tapping. I didn't know what went into it. And this is a very great and amazing experience for me. So,
there's different, like I said, there's different people teaching it different ways. this is the way, the jumping off point basically from how I learned it. And I still have several DVDs that I need to finish watching one of these days, for more advanced even. And I probably ought to do that at some point soon. It's just getting around to it. Those round to it's are hard to find sometimes.
I know that's the truth. I'm so bad at it sometimes. I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah. Guilty. Guilty.
Well, I have a busy day tomorrow because I'm going to go see a lady about a horse, literally. Literally. So.
That's so awesome. Okay, well, let me hit Christina. I guess she bugged out. Okay, we did a session, and she said she's feeling better than she has in quite a while.